KFI AM 640 is later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook for our video simulcast. We have such a treat for you tonight. We'll have actress Jona Xiao of Marvel and Disney Plus series Eyes of Wakanda, who will be joining us in studio at the top of the second hour. We'll also tell you why Las Vegas tourism is down, and it might be the fault of California. It's always California's fault. Everything which is bad in the world has something to do with California. It's our fault. And Nick Poliokini, I don't know what's up with him, but he's here already. He has food.
Wait, hold on.
No. I didn't say you had to get on the show.
Why are you so upset? Because your face, you're like, why are you here?
Because you're not doing the show until 9 o'clock.
I know, but
it's 2 hours from now.
I'm here early to feed you.
Do you not know how to tell time?
And your heart and your stomach.
You could have sent it by Uber Eats. You could have given it to Stefan.
No. I've got stories. We'll talk.
In 2 hours.
Exactly.
In 2 hours.
I'll see you at 9 or sooner.
No, you've already seen me.
That's true.
You're not leaving.
Well, you listening on the iHeartRadio app or via KFI AM 640, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you at 9 o'clock.
That's Nick Poliokini. We love him sometimes. Not until 9 o'clock on Tuesdays. We have to tell you about the air quality, which is getting worse. More advisories have been issued. And just in case you didn't know about the bad news about things which might kill us, flea-borne virus outbreak reported in Long Beach. It's oddly specific. In Long Beach, Nick Poliokini.
I heard.
In Long Beach.
I heard. Where at?
And we are going to have the Olympics in 2028, God willing. But President Trump has stepped in to issue an executive order on the LA 28 Olympics. He has a task force that he is heading up personally. I don't know what he is going to be doing, but he signed an executive order today regarding the Olympics in 2028. We'll be hearing from him some of his remarks he gave earlier today in Washington, D.C. And did you see the president walking around on the roof of the White House? Like, what is going on? And there was no Secret Service security detail with him. He was just out there on the roof, fielding questions from reporters, yelling at them. The reporters were yelling back at him. It was one of the strangest things that I've ever seen, ever. Not in presidential politics, not in crazy people, just ever. I've never seen anything like that. And you can't really appreciate it unless you've actually been to Washington, D.C., and walked in front of the White House and see how close you can't get to the White House. And also, you don't have the president just up there on the roof because he's an open target from blocks away. I'm being very serious. Yeah. And usually they have a shooter on the roof at all times looking for some crazy person in a building 2 blocks or 3 blocks away. They have the long-range sights on. To see the president up there, it was mind-boggling and mind-blowing to me, if only because he was so exposed. We might talk about that later. And robots, they now paint lines on fields. You ever go to a football field and say, oh my gosh, those lines are so perfectly painted. Who did they hire to do that? A robot. Hey, Mark Ronner, good evening. That's another job gone.
Keep trying, Mo. I wanted to send you, there was an interview with the British journalist Carol Cadwalader on, I think, The Daily Show last night.
What's her name?
Carol Cadwalader.
Say it one more time.
Cadwalader.
Okay.
And she's done tons of reporting on AI and all the information that's being scooped up. It's like 17 minutes long, way too long to play on the show, but I'm going to send that to you, and then we'll talk. And I'll expect your apology, and I will accept it graciously.
Oh, Mark, thank you for sending me confirmation bias. That's very nice of you.
No, facts. It's called facts.
And not only that, Mark, she'll be gone soon.
Why?
She's another
because it's going to be replaced.
That's going to be replaced.
Oh, no, you're both mistaken. You're not going to replace somebody like her. She's a real one.
Oh, sure. That's what they all say. The moment you think you're irreplaceable, means that you're at the front of the line to be replaced.
That's
a fact.
I like Mr. and Mrs. Lie Back and Enjoy It here hosting this show. This is great. Keep talking.
Odd analogy to use. It's so sexist.
And yet, Mrs. Lie Back and Enjoy It. Is that what you said?
And yet it's so
a family show. I mean, when we're not talking about dildos.
Yeah, except for that. Except for that one small thing.
Ooh, it's going to be a show tonight. It is going to be a show tonight. Hi, Stefan.
Hi, guys.
So
food.
yeah. Look, I don't know what Nick brought. He didn't tell us exactly what he has
He's
or
putting
how
together
much.
shots right now.
Did he bring enough for everyone? I have no
Yes,
idea.
there's like 52 shots.
Are
over
you
there.
are you actually pouring shots?
I am.
Okay, we need to get like Daniel in here with the camera so we can see.
Oh, we will.
What are the shots of?
They are shots of.
Come close to
They
the
are
mic.
shots of mango pineapple lemonade from Wendy's, and also Sprite Zero Pina pineapple.
Ooh. Oh. I know you have enough for the host. Do you have
sounds
enough
good.
for the producer?
Yes.
Look, there's 52 cups.
Do you have enough for the news person?
I have 8 servings.
That sounds like
I
it
wanna
mixed well
have
with
the
vodka.
Hunger Games, and everybody can fight over it, and we'll film it. That might be going to the hallway.
Mark, if I had some whiskey, I'd pour it in there before vodka. I'm brown liquor.
Well, yeah, but
I like it like my women, brown.
Let's let's be conscious of the flavor profile, okay?
No.
That is a flavor
That
profile.
is, yeah.
Sexy brown.
Brown sugar. Okay, I got you.
Brown sugar, babe.
Back
hi,
to the
Carnisha,
family
sorry.
show. Yes.
Okay, you are cutting up today.
Look, I had a day. You ever have one of those days where you just get to work? It's like, F it. You know, whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens tonight, I'm not responsible for, even though my name is on the show. I'm not responsible for it. You might have to blame Tawala. I didn't even look at the run. All these stories for the first time I'm seeing. I have no idea what's on the show tonight. I'm just reading it. So if it goes left, it's because of Tawala.
It's my fault. I got you.
Yeah, and I didn't know that. What's his name? Nick Paliokini was going to come in bringing food, and Daniel's in here with a camera trying to show what Nick Paliokini's doing. Who's in charge here? Who's in charge?
Apparently, Nick.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it looks like to me.
Okay, all right. Now we're going to find out what Nick Paliokini is doing up close and personal as soon as Daniel switches over the camera in 2001, 2002. Maybe we should just go to news break and come back because this is not happening fast enough. Live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. We're live on YouTube. We're live in the studio. Nick Paliokini is live with us now, and I have no freaking idea why he's here. Why are you here, Nick? It's only 7:19.
Because I love being here after 7 o'clock on KFI later with Mo Kelly.
He says he's here to give me food, but he's giving me no food, no beverage, and no indication as far as what I might get later on. We're supposed to have some video of this. Where's our roving camera?
You're about
Where's
to
our
get a
roving
taste.
camera?
You're about to get a taste. I'm literally watching.
That's what
him
they
make
always
this
say.
stuff.
I'm about to give you a taste.
Mouthing my words because you probably can't hear me on the camera. But we've got, if you're following us on Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you can see it all right now. This is going to be Sprite Zero Pina or pineapple.
You got to log on to our YouTube to see this.
Yeah.
At
this
Mr. Mo
is going
Kelly.
to be the lovely, freshly made.
Why don't you go closer to a microphone?
Lemonade. It smells good, right?
Hey, this is radio. It helps if you get closer to a microphone.
Well, get up real close. Oh, no, I'm okay, hold on.
There we go.
If you're on YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly, you can see I already showed off the Sprite Zero Pina or pineapple. There's mango, pineapple,
Looks like
lemonade.
coffee.
And then this one is from the Meals of Misfortune, which just premiered on Monday in collaboration with Netflix, and Wednesday, which comes out tomorrow. We have the entire
Wednesday
meal.
comes out on Wednesday?
That is correct.
Oh my gosh, that's such great marketing.
It's kind of wild, right? Yes. So that'll be, and it'll be 2 parts. I've got all the details for you. Be sure to stick
Does
around
Freaky
till
Friday
9
come
o'clock.
out? Freakier Friday come out on Friday?
It actually comes out tomorrow as well. Surprisingly,
Oh,
you
they
can do an
messed that
early
up.
thing.
They
But
messed that
yes, it does drop on Friday for everybody else. But you can get it
supposed to
early
release it
here in the
on
Southland
Friday.
if you want. There's a double freaky feature tomorrow
I
for
bet
the
you
original.
Saturday Night Fever did not come out on Saturday. They
I bet
messed
you're
that
correct.
up too.
I bet you're right. All right. Do you want to try this then? Is that what's going on? We'll do it right now.
Seems how I've derailed my own show, I might as well. This is the
Do it
least I could
live.
do. Well, do it live. What am I
it
eating?
live.
What am I ingesting?
Okay, so this one is going to be the Sprite Zero Pina.
Well, let me just say this. I was going to talk about air quality. Let me just say very quickly, it's bad all over. You're going to die. Okay, now.
There you go. Okay, so we got Sprite Zero Pina pineapple. We've got fresh lemonade with mango and pineapple. And then we've got the Meals of Misfortune, which is between Wednesday from Netflix and Wendy's. So this is going to be the vanilla version, and I've got the chocolate version coming up.
Okay, all right. So this is the pina colada.
No, just that's Sprite and pineapple.
All right, which is the one with the pina colada getting caught in the rain?
Just try it. You provide that.
Okay. Well, you should have told me that, and then I could have brought some, and I could have gotten lit in the studio on the air.
Lit in the studio on the air.
Yeah, children, don't try this at home.
Yeah, seriously. Wild.
All right, so I had the pina colada, and this is now what? The pink one.
That's it's not pink. That's the vanilla
That's the
Wednesday
Meals of
drink.
Misfortune.
In my eyes,
Wendy's and Wednesday.
my rods and cones are calling this pink.
That's vanilla.
Purple, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to see if you can tell which flavor it is before I tell you what it is.
ooh,
It's kind of thick and viscous.
it's thick.
It's kind of like
Vanilla Frosty and
it's yeah.
It's thick and hard to take down.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Hillary, you just got subpoenaed today. Hush. You have bigger fish to fry.
Any idea?
It's vanilla-y and strawberry-y.
Okay.
At least my taste buds.
Yeah, I get a little vanilla, a little strawberry. I mean, I've swallowed worse things.
Okay, so it is going to
It's
be
not
the
great.
vanilla
It's not
frosty with sour cherry is what you're getting.
Okay, that sounds about right.
So it's kind of, that's why you're getting that like Robitussin-y adjacent flavor. But I think it
No, I
pairs
think it's
really
more-
well with the
it's
vanilla.
more Pepto-Bismol.
But, ooh, really?
No, that's what I'm saying, because it's
Okay.
thick.
Okay, I get you.
I don't
No,
like drinking thick stuff.
right, the viscousness
Yeah.
of it. But the flavor,
Yeah.
you've got that. And then the one, I've got also the chocolate frosty with the same sour cherry that I'll be hooking up here shortly. So that's where we're
Okay.
at.
All of a sudden, we just turned into the Fork Report. How did that happen?
Well, no, I mean, it is thick and it's cherry-like, and it has a darker color.
Well, you know, the black of the berry.
That's what I'm saying. You beat me to it, damn it. Sorry. You beat me to it. I was about to get there.
Okay, for our non-melanated fans listening, there's an old saying called "the black of the berry, the sweeter the juice."
That's
That
why
was the
I
reference.
was literally, it was like, I was about to say, I mean, Mo, the
Yes.
black of the berry. Yeah, okay. See, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take that from you.
Man.
Okay, this is the lemony pineapple-y thingy.
Yeah, no,
This
you already had the lemonade one. That one's just Sprite and
Then
pineapple.
why is it yellow? Never mind.
No, it's like
Never
Mountain Dew.
mind.
It's like Mountain Dew. You crazy?
Okay.
If you are not well, if you have been drinking a lot,
Mixing
this is
all
what
these
it'll look
flavors is
like.
not good. I needed a palate cleanser before going to each one. I'm being
I will
serious.
get on that next time.
Yes. Mark, you want
I like
any?
this. I like this.
Mark will look you up in a second.
Yeah, let's have some more ASMR while you're at it too. Yeah, there you go. That's what we need.
This pineapple-y looking Sprite one. This is good. That's the Sprite lemonade.
I like
And
that.
what would you mix with
That's
that,
the lemonade
Tuala?
one.
Back in the day, I mean, probably it was just a clear liquor.
Yeah, it would have been a clear liquor. I would put like vodka or gin in this one.
Yeah.
I would have put just straight up like White Lightning. Like just put some-
Or
Everclear?
Everclear.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, grain alcohol.
Perfect,
Yes,
perfect.
yes.
White Lightning, Everclear, yeah.
Both of these soda-looking things are definitely mixes with.
You got to
liquor.
log on to our YouTube show to best appreciate this at Mr. Mokelly, MrMokelly. No, we're not drinking any alcohol in the studio. Not yet.
Heaven forbid.
Not yet.
This one.
It's early.
This is the one that was what now? This is the
Lemonade,
pinkish
mango,
looking.
and-
Oh, that's why I taste the mango.
Did our friend Ed hook you up?
No, but I did text him that I was going to do this.
Okay, well, shout out to Ed Garrigus, who always helps us out, hooks us up.
Yes.
He's here in spirit.
Look, Ed, I really,
Is he still on vacation?
No. He just celebrated, I believe, his 40th wedding anniversary.
Oh,
That's why he wasn't able to join us last week. Yeah.
40 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's no small
Yeah,
accomplishment.
he was, and he literally hit me
That's
back
longer
from
than life.
dinner. He was at dinner with his wife, and he's like, "Hey, what time do you want to do this?" Because he was
thinking about walking out on his anniversary
He
dinner.
was thinking about stepping outside real quick to join us.
He might
but
as well not
was
go
like-
back home then.
He was like, "Oh, my dinner's about to start right now." So
Okay,
that's
real
why he
quick
wasn't able
before
to
we
join
go to
us.
break, those are the chocolate frosty with the sour.
Okay, you have to like talk into the microphone.
I will. Or you can repeat me.
You said this is the chocolate.
This is the chocolate frosty with the sour cherry.
All right, little cherry with chocolate. All right, girl.
Right?
See, this one, just being fair, I don't care if this one could just taste like melted ice cream.
Right. Well, it's also because these are 35 or 40 minutes old.
No, but I'm just saying,
I think that's the one you want the brown liquor with right there. That would be good with bourbon.
Yeah, it's kind of like a White Russian or something.
Now you're talking.
I really like this though because you taste the chocolate and then you taste the cherry. This would go good with any one of those dark liquor flavored, like Bailey's. Just because Bailey's goes good with rum, like stuff like this.
Yeah, like a liqueur.
Yeah, like a liqueur. Like this one will be fire with the liqueur. Now, again, I don't drink. I stay away from the devil in a bottle.
Excuse me. Do not sully the devil's name like that.
Look, liquor is the devil in a bottle.
This means when we send you to the liquor store, you're not going to take any for yourself. Everybody wins.
That is true.
And if we ever went anywhere together, he'd be our designated driver.
That is.
That's going to happen. That will happen.
Yeah. Because Mark and I, and probably Stefan, we're going to get lit.
I remember y'all got lit at the movie when we went.
Oh, yeah, we did.
You're like, hey, T, we'll be at the bar when you get here.
Yeah, but that was a good hour and a half before the movie.
We had like 3 hours.
Yeah. There was no buzz by the time that movie was over. That's for darn sure.
It was a buzzkill.
Oh, yeah. Which movie was that? We saw that.
Aquaman.
Yeah, oh. Ooh.
No. Aquaman, no. Aquaman
No, that wasn't
was
Aquaman.
That was a
Black Widow.
Was it Fury Road?
No, it's Fury Road. Fury Road when we got there early and we were sitting there like, oh, this is taking all the joy out of the drink.
Oh, yeah.
That was a long movie.
When we come back, we're going to tell you about this flea-borne virus outbreak, which is endangering Nick Poliokini in the city of Long Beach. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere, and you got to check us out on YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly. KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube, and I emphasize YouTube because there's a lot of hijinks going on in the studio right now. Let me just bring you up to date. Unbeknownst to me, Nick Poliokini showed up before the show started. I walked down the hall, minding my own business, and there was this Wendy's bag. And I'm thinking, like, did Tim Conway Jr. have Wendy's in the show before us? Which is not uncommon. Okay, we might have had some Wendy's brought in for him. I didn't know. And Tim walked out of the studio, and he just walked by, didn't acknowledge anything as far as the food was concerned. It's like, well, I don't know what's going on. I start the show. Nick Poliokini informs me during the first segment that he brought Wendy's and stuff for me to try. So we were trying stuff in the second segment, and now he's just completely hijacked the show and taken over, as if it's like the Nick Poliokini show. It's later with Nick.
Wait, hold on.
Well, what? Now you need to have the mic back now?
Do we need to move it to What's Up with Nick Wednesdays? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, it's just going to be later with Nick.
Okay, that's fine.
And
we do enjoy going to the hallway with Nick. That's always a good thing, too.
How about this? You do the show for the rest of the week, and then I'll just stay home.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I haven't gotten paid for 7 months, so why not? Let me join it in, and you can just do it and haven't enjoyed a nice paid week off.
All right, Twala, you good with that? Mark, you good with that? If so, Stefan, you good with that? I'm going to leave right now.
Nobody will notice.
Okay.
No, as long as I get the food.
Let me do some of this serious news real quick so they remember that I'm paying off my teases. Long Beach is having a time with localized typhus right about now. And the city has reported 20 cases as of the 31st of July, which is a 2/3 increase compared to 12 cases during the same period last year. And they're expected to surpass the 2021 record of 28 cases in a single year. And just in case you didn't know, typhus is a bacterial disease spread by infected fleas, carried by animals like rats, possum, and community cats, feral cats. Symptoms include high fever, headache, body aches, rashes, and chills. Just about every other thing out there, which is going to kill you. You'll feel the same way. But typhus can be treated with antibiotics, but it can also cause severe illness if left untreated. And most of the cases, from what I read, occur in the summer and fall months, with an average of 20 cases, as I said, reported each year in the city. But it is specifically an issue in the city of Long Beach right now. And if you are a person like me who has 2 dogs and you might go out, take them for a walk, you might have to be a little bit more conscientious of where you are. My sister lives in Long Beach, and she has a couple of dogs, and it's something that I would be mindful of with her and let her know, as this can unwittingly impact a lot of people. Let's say you have a pet, you go to meet your friend or relative in Long Beach, and there's this typhus outbreak in the city of Long Beach, and before you know it, it's on your pet or it's on you, and nobody wants to have that happen. So at least with this information, you can better prepare yourself and better protect yourself. And Nick, do you have any pets?
No, I do not. Surprisingly, but I do have. My cousin has a little Chihuahua, and I've got plenty of family and friends. Does your sister have any pets?
Yeah, she has 2 dogs.
Okay, she has 2 dogs because I wasn't sure. I felt like it. But no, there's so many animals, and especially, so I live up in Bixby Knolls, which is not, I used to live in East Side, which is Redondo and 7th, dead center of Long Beach. So definitely being affected by this. And then Bixby Knolls is north of the 405 and east of the 710. Yeah.
A little bit, what is that echo? A little bit more well-to-do?
Slightly more well-to-do. So the funniest part is I'm actually above California Heights and south of the Carmelitos Project. So I'm like the one tiny 2-block affordable place in the whole area. So, but yeah, there's so many pets, especially because we're right over the border from Orange County as you're making your way through Long Beach specifically.
It's weird
so
to think that you could be in Long Beach, that's definitely LA County, and then all of a sudden, seemingly, you're in Orange County.
Exactly. No, I'm right there with you. And it's so funny because if you want to find a place in LA, if you're tuning in to Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube and you're not here and you're looking for a place to visit or you're looking for a place to move, Long Beach is the perfect split of Orange County and LA County.
Why you can? Because it's not inexpensive anymore.
You're correct on that one. And it's funny because where I used to live in East Side, dead center, it used to be relatively, I'm thinking I had a 1,600 square foot townhouse, like little rental.
Baller.
That was 3. But it's funny because it was 3 bedroom, 2 bath. And at the time, it was $1,625. So it was pretty much like $1 a square foot kind of thing. Now that same unit is going for $3K. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Which is, but it's
not like you're on Pine or Ocean.
No, of course, absolutely. It's not that kind of view situation. So I mean, it's dead center for all the amazing things in Long Beach, but you're not getting a view. You are getting the ocean breeze, which is nice. But
do you have a view of the Grand Prix?
From my old place, no. I have friends at the Hairpin Turn that I go visit, and then I also have friends that either lived at the Current or now at Burano, which is at the finish line.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. But Long Beach is your Scott.
No, I've been, but I haven't been where I've had great seats or great vantage point.
It's fun. It's fun, and I like it because we have the Grand Prix, we have Long Beach Pride, we have so many music fests that come through Long Beach now, either at the Queen Mary or Rainbow Harbor. Long Beach really has always been its own self-sustained city in the county of LA because we have our own water, fire, trash, police, the whole nine that you need for your own, municipality. But it's really just kind of that interesting blend. Again, being on the border with Orange County, you've got some different political views that roll through the town, and it's pretty apparent. But I mean, Robert Garcia, who's in the news constantly, he was our former mayor, and now he's in Congress. So, and he's been doing a lot. So can't complain with that.
Well, you can't forget Jim McDonald.
Of course.
He used to be Long Beach PD.
Correct.
Then LA County Sheriff, now LAPD.
Yeah. So Long Beach is for me anyway. Robert Luna, yes. We've got Alex Padilla, who came through Long Beach. I'm trying to think, Long Beach really is a great jumping off point. And
Cameron Diaz.
Oh my God. Can I wait? Can I tell you that her aunt lives by Starling, or I can't remember. There's a little diner in a residential area. It's been a minute, but I used to see Cameron regularly. So
with kind of fine self.
Yeah. Absolutely. But also, with you talking about the Olympics or hearing about the Olympics earlier here on KFI, specifically, we've got so much coming to Long Beach. We're going to be hosting several events for the Olympics. So, Long Beach is where it's at least for me anyway. But there's a lot going on, and it's well worth visiting. So,
since you mentioned the Olympics, let's come back with that. President Trump has formed an Olympic task force and also released an executive order regarding it. We'll hear from President Trump when we come back. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app, and we're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app, and also live on YouTube. By now, you've probably heard that President Trump has planned this LA 28 Olympic Task Force. He had an announcement in Washington, D.C. today talking about the task force. I'm going to play a little audio from that for you so you can hear at least what President Trump has in mind as far as protecting the LA Olympics.
And it's an honor to have you in this very nice venue across the street from the White House. And thank you all for being here as we take a major step to ensure the United States is fully prepared to welcome the world to Los Angeles for the 2028 Summer Olympic Games. Very exciting day of my life when we got nominated and we ultimately got it. And I didn't think I'd be here for the games in this capacity, but it worked out that way. So I'm very happy about that. I had no idea that was going to happen. When we got it, I said, it's too bad I won't be president then, but sort of we took a very circuitous route, didn't we? In my first term, we were instrumental in helping the city of Los Angeles win the bid to bring the Olympic torch back to American soil. And today I will sign an executive order establishing the White House Task Force on the 2028 Summer Olympics, mobilizing the entire federal government to ensure the games are safe, seamless, and historically successful. It's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be amazing. America is a nation of champions, and in July 2028, we'll show the world what America does best, and that's win. We're winning like we have never won before. You see that all the time. A year ago, we were not a country that was doing well, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. I want to recognize several members of the task force, including our great Vice President, J.D. Vance. J.D., thank you very much. Thank you. Our equally great Attorney General, Pam Bondi. Pam, thank you very much, Pam. Secretary of Homeland Security, Christy Kerr. Christy Kerr. Do you know who Christy Kerr is? She's a friend of my, great golfer. Christy Noem, she's a better golfer than you. That's the only thing, but you're better at a lot of other things. But I want to thank you for being here, for doing an unbelievable job, really an unbelievable job. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr. Brendan, thank you. Thank you, Brendan. Doing a great job. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, most powerful woman anywhere in the world. She's rated the most powerful woman in the world, and I agree with that. And Deputy Chiefs of Staff Stephen Miller. Stephen, thank you. What happened to Stephen? We never want to miss Stephen. He's an MVP candidate. Dan Scavino, another MVP. James Blair, Taylor Budovich, and Nick Luna. Thank you all. Great group of people. They're going to be very much involved. I'm grateful to be joined by two of Team USA's strongest and fastest competitors, retired gold medalist and gymnast, and member of the LA 28 Athletes Council, Nastasia Lukin. Nastasia, how are you, Nastasia? Good. I don't know you, but I've watched you. You're very talented. I would not want to do what you do. This is much easier, believe me. It's incredible what you've done, along with retired gold medal Paralympian swimmer and board member of the U.S. Olympic Committee, Brad Snyder. Brad, thank you very much, Brad. It's a great honor. Thank you. Chairman of the 2028 Olympic Games, Casey Wasserman, a friend of mine for a long time. Casey, thank you very much. Casey, great job. It's going to be amazing. LA's a little bit different place than it was when selected, but we're going to bring it back stronger than ever. I spoke to Casey about that. He said, nope, we're going to make it better than ever. It's going to be something that's going to make it even more important as a Olympic Games. It was an interesting conversation we had as the fires were raging. Is that right? And I appreciated that very much. And CEO Reynold Hoover. Reynold, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great honor. I also want to welcome the chair of the U.S. Olympic Committee, Gene Sykes. Gene, thank you. Thank you, Gene, very much. And thank him for recently banning men from competing in women's sports. That's a big deal. Thank you very much. It's amazing the way I don't hear any applause for that when everyone feels it. It's a 97, don't worry about it. That's a 97-3. It's not 80-20, it's 97-3. But nobody wants to clap. It's crazy. The United States will not let men steal trophies from women at the 2028 Olympics, so we appreciate the fairness and everything else that you've shown. Also with us today is LA 28 board member Reince Priebus and also Kevin McCarthy. I want to thank Kevin McCarthy and Reince. Thank you, Reince. And thank you, Kevin. And the LA Olympics is shaping up to be a wonderful moment for America. It's going to be incredible. It's so exciting. And with today's action, I'm directing the Department of State, the Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, the Secret Service, the Department of Transportation, and many other departments and agencies to use every tool at their disposal to ensure a fantastic, safe, and beautiful event. In 2028, the Olympics is bringing back our national pastime, baseball. Wow, that's great. With teams playing under the lights at the legendary Dodger Stadium, and it is legendary. It's beautiful, one of the most beautiful. Squash players will go head-to-head inside the world-famous Universal Studios. Triathletes will sprint beneath the sun shining down on Venice Beach. This will be...
I think we get the gist of that. I thought he was going to get more to the point in a shorter amount of time. It didn't happen. Well, there you go, LA 28. The president will head up the task force overseeing safety here at the Olympics in 2028, 3 years from now. It's later with Mo Kelly. We're going to talk Eyes of Wakanda when we come back.
Wakanda is a kingdom of many secrets. Spies like you and me sent out across the world to do the missions that Wakanda does not want known.
Secrecy is essential to Wakanda's security.
KFI AM 640. It's later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. My next guest, born in China, raised in both New York City and St. Louis, she eventually made her way to USC for her collegiate career, even minoring in theater. Since that time, you've seen her, my next guest, starring in shows such as *Halt and Catch Fire*, love that show on AMC, Being Mary Jane on BET and Netflix, The Flash on the CW, Rizzoli and Isles on TNT, and even Two Broke Girls on CBS. Though not in that order, you've heard her in Raya and the Last Dragon, and you can even hear her right now as the immortal Iron Fist as part of the Disney Plus 4-episode miniseries Eyes of Wakanda. It's my pleasure to welcome Jona Xiao to Later with Mo Kelly. Good evening, Jona. It's great to see you. Thank you for coming in tonight.
Thank you. I'm excited to chat with you. You're a legend in radio, so.
See, I've been trying to tell Stephen. I told you I'm a legend. Twala, I told you I'm a legend. Mark, bite your tongue. I'm a legend.
This is some hilarious comedy. Keep it coming.
As quoted by Iron Fist, so I think it's immortalized.
There we go. Jona, your story fascinates me because it's not you're a person of the world. Let me put it that way. You're world traveled and you have seen different quadrants of the United States. Tell me more about the trip from China to here, growing up in New York and St. Louis, because New York is nothing like St. Louis and St. Louis is nothing like China.
Very true. So it's very much an immigrant story. I was made in China, and when my dad came here, we moved to upstate New York when I was 1.5, and he was 5'5" and 95 pounds as a man. So very malnourished. And yeah, he really his goal was to give his family a better life than he had. And I'm really proud of him for all the sacrifices he made. And so going from China to then upstate New York and St. Louis, I remember what convinced me. They wanted us to move to St. Louis, and I was like in second grade. And he was like, "There's this thing called Six Flags. It's a roller coaster." I was like, "Okay."
And you were in. You were sold.
Yes. And so that's what it took to convince me to move to St. Louis, was Six Flags.
Did you have any inclination, any idea that your life is going to take you to Los Angeles, be it USC or Hollywood?
Not at that time at all, no. I had zero connection to the entertainment industry in New York. We were in a trailer park, and I loved film and TV, but I never imagined myself like being on the TV. That was, it's really insane looking back now.
But you find your way to Los Angeles, going to USC. You're minoring in theater. Something must have changed in your mind or been in the back of your mind. It's like, maybe?
Yeah. I fell in love with acting when I moved to St. Louis. So when I was 12 years old, I had to do Rappin'-Stiltskin, which was the rapping version of Rumpelstiltskin. And me attempting to rap is like a funny thing.
You think you're going to get by and not try to just give us a little sample?
Ooh. I'm probably the worst freestyle rapper ever.
Oh, no one will judge you except Tuala, who's a former rapper.
The most I can
Is
do
there
is
anything which rhymes with Rumpelstiltskin?
No. Not that I'm aware of, not in the English
Were you getting
language.
ready to beatbox there?
This is the most I can do. Is no, see, I can't even. I feel like I'm just making fart noises. I can fart. That I can do.
Everybody's got to have a talent.
Some of us are blessed with certain special skills.
But from there, you had some sort of desire to pursue it.
Absolutely. I think for me, because film and TV really helped me understand more of the world, myself, people, human interaction, empathy, I realized, like, doing Rappin'-Stiltskin, I loved making people laugh and feel. And so that I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do. And so, I got bit by the acting bug when I was 12.
What was the first time you put yourself out there? Was it for auditioning for a theater performance? Was it a commercial? What was it?
Yeah, it was a musical when I was in high school, and my mom is a great singer. And so I was like, Mom, and I decided to sing Memory from Cats. Gosh. I know. Why? And I was like, Mom, I need to go to my audition. You're an amazing singer. Can you help me? She's like, I'm busy. I'm like, Mom. She's like, Jona, your singing is more painful to listen to than your crying.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And then I went to the audition.
Tough love.
It didn't go well. I didn't get it.
No, but there's something in that because you still remember that to this day.
I do.
You still hold on to it to this day, right? You're petty like me. And you probably remember who turned you down, and you probably send them your reel, and you probably send them notice that you're in Eyes of Wakanda. Tell me I'm wrong.
I have been very inspired by people saying I can't do something. Yeah, it's like that chip on my shoulder.
Yes.
When someone says I can't do something, I'm like, oh, I'll show you. And so that's motivated me a few different times in my life.
You have an extensive amount of credits on TV. You've done soap operas. You've done episodic procedurals. You've done comedies, situation comedies. But they're not all the same as far as approach as an actor, is it?
I would say, yeah, each one of them is a little different. I think for me, over the last few years, I really leaned into what I consider my brand of being like hard candy, which is more sweet on the outside and then tough or hardened underneath. And so I find a way to thread that through different types of roles, and it comes out in different forms, but it gives me something that feels like very much authentically me. And that way I can bring what's authentically me to different roles, even though they seem very, very different.
Are you chasing after a certain type of role as you craft yourself and your career, or is it just, I'm just trying to get a job?
So my dream role, one of my dream roles would be Mulan. So that would be incredible. But I do love the variety. As you mentioned, like from like drama to like multicam comedy. So I really love it all.
When did you know that you were auditioning for something that was Marvel related? Or did they give you just some blind sides and they said, read this, and you didn't know what it was for?
I had no idea that I was reading for Iron Fist at all. So I was aware that this was like, I knew that they were using some code word because they tend to for these types of projects. And even in the callback, still didn't know. Casting mentioned they were looking for someone to play this role for quite some time. And so I actually got this from my TV film agent. And normally this is like with voiceover, you get it from your voiceover agent. So I think they were looking kind of far and wide. And the callback seemed to go well. And it wasn't until I got the script and the script said, I am Iron Fist with a bunch of exclamation points that I figured it out. At that point.
Oh, that's a good point to pause because there's so much I want to follow up on because as I said before, your story fascinates me. Your journey fascinates me. And if you're just tuning in right now, I'm joined in studio by Jona Xiao, who is the immortal Iron Fist as part of the 4-part episode miniseries on Disney Plus, Eyes of Wakanda. We'll have more with Jona Xiao in just a moment. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. I'm right in the middle of a conversation with actress Jona Xiao. She is co-starring in Eyes of Wakanda as the immortal Iron Fist, specifically in episode 3 of the 4-part Disney Plus miniseries. And Jona, let me come back to you. We were just talking about you reading for the character, not knowing what it was, or the magnitude of the universe, literally, that you were entering, talking about Marvel. And even though this is a TV show, it often intersects with the cinematic universe. We do know that because everything that Marvel does is intentional in that regard. Mm-hmm. Have you thought about how this character could exist beyond just this series?
Yeah, so I just learned that Shang-Chi 2 will go back in time, and so maybe this character could be involved. I just learned that, which would be really exciting. I would love to see a live-action version.
Okay, if there's a live-action version, let's say, hypothetically, you will find yourself part of it. You know, how are your kicks and punches?
I studied Taekwondo, Eskrima, and martial arts tricking, so I'm in.
Well, now you're speaking my language. Well, you may not know this, but I've studied Hapkido for the past 40 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm old, but I've been studying a long time, so I can appreciate.
You're skilled.
Well, I'll put it this way: I can appreciate someone who takes martial arts seriously and understands what needs to happen to bring that to the screen. Because there are a lot of people, we were talking about some off air. You know, they're actors. But they can't fool anybody as a martial artist, and we have discriminating eyes. So I'm glad to hear that if you, given the opportunity, would be able to actually do it. You know, a front kick, face kick, round kick, as opposed to just, you know, stunt double, cut, and stepping in. But so you have thought about it. I think is good. Is there something that you could do to help yourself along in that regard? Is there something that you say, hey, you know, agent, can you put a call into Kevin Feige and see what's up?
You know, I really appreciate that the fans have been suggesting it, and I'm like, yeah, which is great. So if you want to show some extra love at Jona Xiao, JonaXiao, I've been dropping just some behind the scenes and some things, and also answering questions from fans. So that's been really fun.
For those who don't know about the series itself, let's get into that. Yeah. Eyes of Wakanda talks about, obviously, the civilization of Wakanda, if you're familiar with Black Panther, but it's taking you through history. It's taking you back to time before Christ and different points in history and showing Wakanda's influence on world history, but not necessarily from a very flattering vantage point. Would you agree?
Yeah. Like the first episode, for instance, deals with slavery, for instance. So, yeah, I really appreciate that the creators were willing to really show different topics that are less comfortable to talk about because they are part of our history. And it's great that it's a TV series because with it being an anthology, we can, as you mentioned, we're going across centuries of time and different geographic locations, and you could never do that in one movie.
I like the fact that not only going over different periods and eras in time, you're also touching upon some known events like the Trojan War. You get to see how possibly Wakanda influenced that. And you have this, I will say, just a charcuterie, my word, of voices and actors and action. It's a well-done, well-rounded series, and there's a lot that's put into it.
Yes.
Do you know how long the total production took to make?
Oh, man, several years, because I was my involvement, and usually the actors come in much later in the process compared to everyone else on the team. So I was involved in 2022, 2023.
Wow, we're just seeing it in 2025?
Yep.
So you did it and basically forgot about it, in a way.
I never forgot about it, but I did have to keep a secret for a very, very long time.
Did you know within, let's say, 3 to 6 months when it was going to premiere?
So I think it's gotten pushed back over time. And so I think it was supposed to come out maybe last year at one point from my recollection, but some things stalled it, which it happens all the time.
I know it's been well received, but you don't necessarily know what Marvel will have in store if there's going to be a season 2. Has there been any public discussion or any discussion that you're allowed to share with us as far as the future of Eyes of Wakanda?
Not that I'm aware of. That would be awesome if they continued into a season 2 and we got to see more stories over time and how Wakanda has shaped history.
I absolutely love it. Do you have time, Jona, to just hang around for one more segment? Because there's a lot more I would love to cover.
Absolutely.
All right. Jona Xiao joins me in studio. We're talking about Eyes of Wakanda. She plays the immortal Iron Fist, and you can specifically find her in episode 3 of the 4-part miniseries on Disney+. All episodes are available right now for streaming on Disney+. We're still live on YouTube, and that's real important because we have a very special guest in studio with us, Jona Xiao. She is starring as the immortal Iron Fist in the new Disney Plus series, Eyes of Wakanda, which is just a 4-episode miniseries. You could watch it in a day if you would like. And, and Jona, we were talking about that series, how it is bigger than it is. What I mean by that is it's taking you through different periods. It's taking you through different places around the world. It's telling a big story across 4 episodes. And when you were doing your episode specifically, which is episode 3, there's a lot of physicality in it as far as there are fight scenes.
Yes.
How did you go about voicing the fight scenes? Yeah, they're grunts and groans and everything, but take me behind the scenes as far as how you put that together. Are you just giving them random grunts and groans and then they put it to the action later on?
Yeah, so for me, I try to be as physical as I am allowed to get away with in the booth. So I've done push-ups before. Like if I'm supposed to be out of breath, I'll just get down and start doing push-ups right before. Like for like efforts, like as long as I'm not actually hitting something and messing with the sound, it's very much like, like I actually fully, or like taking a hit, like, oh. And there's a little trick with voiceover where you can just substitute the first part with a different letter of the alphabet. So, and it sounds like a different effort. So it could be like, and then you could do a G like, see, different, but very similar.
Okay.
So
Are you
variety.
doing that just to script, or is there some sort of animation in front of you that you're acting to?
This one, usually there isn't. So there's no scenery, there's no visuals. Occasionally with voiceover, I might see like a storyboard.
Okay.
Just as like, hey, here's what visually is happening. So occasionally I'll get that, but usually no.
When it dropped on August 1st, did you watch it immediately, or are you someone who kind of just sits back and waits for feedback because you just don't want to see the final product?
I saw it at 2 a.m. So yeah, I saw it right away, and I just get really I get both excited and nervous to watch projects I've been involved in. It's very much like I'm like this.
When were you allowed to let people know that you were in Eyes of Wakanda? This is no small deal.
Yeah. So when was that? That was, I think, a couple months ago was when I was finally able to say
you were still sitting on it for literal years.
Yes, years. But I still couldn't say who I was. And it wasn't, I was actually at Comic-Con. It was the Friday of Comic-Con that my amazing publicist was like, hey, you can say that you're Iron Fist now. I'm like, yeah. How perfect, because I was at Comic-Con and got to announce that.
Okay, I have a real semi-personal question.
Okay, great.
Nobody's listening, it's just you and me.
Okay.
Is it true that Marvel has agents everywhere, like listening in on all your phone conversations?
This line is tapped right now. It's, yeah. Sorry, you said it was private. It's not. Marvel's listening.
Do they like follow you when you're like driving around city or anything?
I feel more, they're like bodyguards. I choose to see them as little cute bodyguards.
But they're everywhere, like Agent Smith. They're everyone and they're no one. When you finally saw it, though, and you have knowledge of what you said and what you did, the lines you delivered, were you surprised at all with what you saw on screen?
A little bit. I'm very hard on myself as an artist.
That's fair.
And I deal with imposter syndrome, and that comes up sometimes. And I actually really enjoyed like how the art came, the stunning animation that's inspired by hand-painted African art. So I thought, and the animation was stunning. The score was amazing, and just the whole world that was built. And I feel like it came together really nicely.
Did you have any real interaction with castmates?
Yes. Yeah, this is so rare in voiceover because it's usually just you in a booth.
Thank you. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, but this was really special in that Jacques, who plays Basha, I heard some good compliments about the chemistry we had, and I think part of it was because we actually got to work right side by side next to each other in the booth.
Let me just say so people don't give some perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You find Basha in the snow.
Yes.
And you nurse him back to health. He's a Wakandan war dog. You know, you don't know that at the time. And they develop some chemistry, put it that way. And then something happens which throws all that into doubt. And I don't want to give that away. But the episode is focused around you two specifically. So you did have your scene mate with you.
I did, absolutely. And then Isaac, who is hilarious and played Captain Ebo in the episode, he was zooming in. So the three of us got to work together.
So he was giving his lines via Zoom?
Yes, but we were all doing it like live at the same time.
You were doing it live, so you didn't have like a table read, did you?
No. It was just we were recording. And so that's why I think the banter and the relationship between Basha and Captain Ebo is so like, there's so much history and richness there, and the banter between them is lovely. And it was really fun to watch when they were interacting too.
Do you know if they watched it 2 in the morning as well?
You know, I should have asked. I should have been like, do y'all want to just do this at 2 a.m.?
Very quickly, my time is running short with you. I want to make sure people can follow you and join you on your journey. How can they find you on social media and beyond?
Sure. I'm on all the social media platforms at Jona Xiao, which is at JonaXiao.
And I have to ask you this question because I started off the conversation acknowledging that you're born in China. How many languages do you speak?
2.2.
Is that Mandarin, Cantonese?
Mandarin, English, and un poco español.
I'm done. When are you going to come back and see us again?
I would love to anytime you'll have me. And also, by the way, this Wendy's.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
We had Wendy's in the studio from the very first segment because Nick Pagliocchini took it upon himself to commandeer and hijack the show. And so we had a taste test that Jonah was nice enough to participate in. And so what did you try?
The chocolate frosty is my favorite. I was like, I don't remember something tasting like this since like the pumpkin something spice latte at Starbucks or something from years ago. It was amazing. And then the taki, I was very pleasantly surprised by the chicken taki sandwich thingy.
Yeah, we're very cheap here. We usually don't have food for guests, so just know you're
treating me like royalty.
You're the immortal Iron Fist. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I have to draw my power somehow, right?
Takis, Wendy's.
That's really her secret, the Takis.
Frosties.
The chocolate one especially.
Jona Xiao, see you soon.
Yes, please. I would love that.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFIM 640. We are live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app and YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Live on YouTube and social media. I got to tell you, I don't know if there's anyone else who has as much fun as we do. And that's part of the reason why we love doing this show. Shout out to some new viewers on YouTube. Kevitivity, I appreciate you. Thank you for logging in on the YouTube chat at Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube. Shout out to Kevitivity. Hey, and we see Charger 55 is back. Eric Lasardo, what's going on? Mr. Reefer 999. Thank you for always supporting the show. Aaron Eaton, thank you as well. Aaron is with us every single evening, and we just love having you and love how you contribute. So please log on at Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube so you can watch the show, not just hear it. And when we have a guest like Jona Xiao, you get to see her facial expressions. You get to be part of the conversation and really feel what it's like in the studio. You get to see the food that Nick Pagliocchini is trying to stuff down our throats. You get to see the surliness of Mark Ronner. He's like Scrooge. You know, he's just like he's never happy. You know, just picking on you, Mark, as always.
It's like I'm hearing a police radio and it's like blah, 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 blah. Mark Scrooge. Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Just listen for your name.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Actually, I am going to come to you because you made mention of this issue last week, and we didn't get into it, as far as why tourism is down in Las Vegas. Let me just give some numbers real quick. Visits to Las Vegas were down 11.3% in June of this year versus the year before. Traffic on I-15 at the California-Nevada border was down 4.3% over the same period. The number of air travelers into into Las Vegas overall declined 6.3% over the previous June. Now, the question is, to what should we ascribe that? And if you didn't know, Southern California provided 30% of all visitors to Las Vegas in 2024. It would seem, since there is this precipitous drop in Las Vegas tourism, it probably has something to do with fewer Californians choosing Las Vegas. A report from the World Travel and Tourism Council projected that the U.S. would lose $12.5 billion in international travel spending in 2025. We can hazard a guess as to why that is. Overall tourism is down in the United States, but it's down even more in Las Vegas. And maybe I'm the wrong person to talk about this because I don't gamble. I've been to Las Vegas maybe 4 times in the past 3 years. Family reunion, business, various stuff. I gambled not once, not one hand of blackjack, not one turn of the roulette wheel, absolutely nothing, not in the sports book. It just doesn't have anything for me. But for other people, I guess it does.
Oh, Vegas is fun. We used to go 2 or 3 times a year, and it's actually so sparse now. I suggested we go while it's like the Omega Man, when there's not even anybody to run into now.
But I do know when I last went to Las Vegas, I noticed that everything seemed to cost so much more. Mm-hmm. It used to be you would go to Las Vegas and you didn't have to pay for parking. It's almost like they wanted you to find a reason to come to their casino, and they weren't going to give you a reason not to come by charging for parking. Now they charge for parking. The buffets, they're fewer and further in between, and the ones that you do have are much more expensive. It's not as economical as it used to be.
I've been reading about that lately, and people are complaining a great deal about all the things that used to be cheap to get you there, the cheap food and all the good deals, because those were the loss leaders to get you to spend money in the casinos. But people are charging as much as they can for absolutely everything there now, and that's what the people who used to be regulars like me are complaining about.
The only time I would gamble was to get the free drinks, and I'm not even sure they do that anymore.
Were they free? Did you leave a tip? You didn't leave a tip, did you?
No, I leave a tip. Like if let's say on the super rare occasion, I would either do roulette or in the sports book because I felt I had a better chance to win in the sports book following sports. And if you put down a few bets or so, you'd have the waitress or someone come by and say, hey, can I give you a drink? Because they know that you're actively spending money. And if you're actively spending money, at least back in the day, they bring you whatever you wanted.
Yeah, they still do that, but it takes a minute because they want you to stay at that table. So you can get a drink, and then it'll take another 10, 15 minutes before she comes back. But I tip as well.
They come back sooner if you tip.
Yeah, but they have to come by the first time. That's the problem.
And then they have to go to the other tables as well. So that's part of it.
Yeah, so I'm there for the drinks. You know, I'm for the drinks and the food, not the gambling. And if the gambling will help me get to the drinks and food, then okay.
Yeah, I was never a high roller there. I could spend a few hours at a blackjack table without losing my shirt. And if I were $100 or $200 up or down either way, I'd just leave. That's it.
I'm trying to think the most money I won in Vegas, and it was at the sports book. It wasn't at a table. I've never spent a lot of money at the table, like $50 here, $50 there, most likely roulette, because I can handle the odds on roulette, you know, red or black, odd or even. I can handle that.
It's too random. You don't have any say in it. That's why blackjack, at least you have the illusion of making choices that affect the outcome.
But do you? Because it's 4 decks now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was never a high roller. My stakes were so small that it's like, okay, if I lose, it's basically somebody's lunch money, and then I know when to quit.
I think, and I can't be sure, but I think the first time I went to Vegas was in the late 1980s or early 1990s. Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to gamble this, so it had to have been the early 1990s. And I think they were using 2 decks back then, but I know there are at least 4 decks now. You're not going to count the cards.
Yeah, some of them are now. Yeah, because, I mean, that's what sucks about blackjack is it's the most common game. But half the time the minimum is like $20 a hand.
Right.
So you're out after like, $100 after 4 hits.
And I don't like betting money that I'm going to think about losing. They say don't bet it unless you're cool with losing.
Yeah, you're in the wrong city.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what Vegas doesn't have any real appeal for me. I don't like the idea of 5 seconds of fun. Because we're only talking.
Where do you want to go with that exactly?
No, I am making a direct comparison.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Because you do a hand of blackjack, you could bust real quick.
Okay, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
More than 21. Okay, let's just end this segment. I'm not going to be able to bring it back. Tourism is down in Las Vegas. Has a lot to do with people from California not going to Las Vegas. How do they change that? I think you have to change Las Vegas more than anything. It's not as economical as it used to be, and I don't know if it has as much allure for younger people. I went one time for New Year's Eve. I would never go back again.
Oh, that sounds like that. What I miss is the places where you could get like a big prime rib dinner for $4 because they knew you were going to gamble.
Yes.
Well, they still have that.
Like Binion's on the old strip. I like those old places, and I even I think it was the either the Sahara or the Sands when they turned it into a trashy NASCAR themed outfit. Those were the places where you could go to like a $5 blackjack table, and you could afford to learn. And I realized that my learning curve was a little too steep when the croupier, the dealer, was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
Yeah, and when they say it, it's like they know something you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot the legalized prostitution. That was the best.
What?
It's time to find out what the hell is going on with Nick Poliokini. Nick, you've been doing too much all night tonight.
I was going to say, give me 2 seconds.
From the beginning of the show, you're bringing in food. We've been eating and imbibing all night long.
It's been, and I have a mouthful of food, and I'm going to show
you and me both. That's
I'm
why
going to show you. I was like, we got a little bit of something. Tonight has been great. The energy for a Tuesday night has been phenomenal. If you have not seen what we have been doing, you have to check out the podcast. You have to check out YouTube when we get that published. But I want to kind of give you a little bit of behind the scenes and a rundown on all the things that we were eating today so that you can go out and enjoy them yourself. So we actually tried 2 different meals that are available at your nearest Wendy's right now. One will be leaving very soon. It doesn't have an official end date, but it will be sooner than later. And Tawala has had this, and now we've had our guest who was just here had this, and we've all tasted it. But the Fuego meal, Takis Fuego meal, is available. It started back on the 20th of June, and it will stay as long as possible. But what it is if you ever think about looking at social media and you see a lot of influencers that maybe try some fun mashups or something to that effect. And it's funny because Ed Garrigus, who we've talked about, a friend of the show, and a huge supporter, specifically, he and I had talked about how great it was to get one of the baked potatoes from Wendy's and go to the store and get Takis and crunch them up and smash them on top of it. So if you get the fully dressed potato with the sour cream and the chives and the cheese and the bacon, and then you top it with the Takis, delicious. Well, coincidentally, little did we know that out of Ohio, which is home office for Wendy's, they were putting together a Takis promotion. So you can still get this, and what comes with it is a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich, which is wonderful on its own if you like the Wendy's chicken sandwiches themselves. But then it comes topped with a special cheese sauce and then also crumbled up Takis. So you've got that whole concept. Also, you've got, and if you're looking at following along with us on YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly, you have Fuego fries, which is, there we go, looking good. Oh, this way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Delicious. And literally, it is, if you are, no, this is funny, with Carnisha, who is from New Orleans, specifically, when you get fresh beignets in New Orleans, if you go to Ralph Brennan's Express,
yes.
If you go to Cafe du Monde, or what other, is there something else, Carnisha, someplace else that's good?
No, just Cafe du Monde.
Okay. So, which I love, because, and if you've been, they also have chicory coffee. It's delicious. It's a whole different ball game. But they give you a bag with fresh, hot, out of the fryer beignets, and then it's full of powdered sugar, and then you shake the bag yourself. Well, what Wendy's has done is done the same thing, and they literally gave you a bag, and you can hear, this is your ASMR of food, but it's literally, and I'll try my best to show it to the camera, but you can see it's got the Takis dust in there. So you're able to have Takis French fries, which are incredible. And then you were able to also get, and we tried 2 different drinks that were special. The lemonade, fresh lemonade with mango and pineapple. And then also Sprite is the partner for the meal. And so we had Sprite Zero with piña or pineapple. So that was delicious. Anyway, those are two of the meals you saw us on YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly. You heard us talk about it. You may have seen it on Instagram or on Facebook. But that was what started it all. But what launched on Monday, so yesterday, and actually you might have been able to catch last Thursday, a special event on social media that happened at a Wendy's in Norwalk. But Wendy's and Netflix Wednesday. So Netflix's wow.
All right.
Let's reset.
All right.
Ready, go.
Take two.
Netflix's Wednesday season 2 premieres tomorrow. And so Wendy's and Netflix's Wednesday collaborated on a meal of misfortune. In fact, Wednesday herself helped to put the meal together. What made that special and unique is we had, and you've heard what everybody has thought about the Frosties. So you were able to have different options with it. It specifically comes with 10 nuggets. And it comes with mystery dipping sauces. And if you're following us on YouTube, Mr. Mo Kelly, there we go. It's not as, but the sauces are not marked in any way, shape, or form. And I know what they are because I have tried them all and they're delicious. But Nowhere to Woe, Grave Mistake, You Can't Hide, HYDE. So like hide the, like, thank you very much. And then This Will Sting. And I know that Carnicia has had This Will Sting. And what did you think?
It was pretty good. Are you talking about the sauce?
The sauce.
Was it too hot?
No, it wasn't too hot. No, it wasn't. But it does have a little.
It got a kick, right?
Yes, a kick to it.
And Stafouche, yeah, I was gonna say, what did you think? Because you've tried the same sauce.
Yeah, it was good. It's just the built up too much heat for me.
Okay,
but it was good. I like the flavor.
I love how I have like dead eyes on YouTube. It's like perfect for Wednesday Addams right now. Like that's the screen capture right there. It's like, move, I'm gay, Wednesday fries. All the things. Love it.
For those, wait.
Oh, sorry. Is there more? Sorry.
You have to explain your shirt because people don't
know
unless they're watching YouTube.
So if you are familiar with me and have seen me on social media, you know that Halloween is a big part of my life. And a good friend of mine, Yvette, who has Backstage Bruja out in Pomona, she does incredible apparel and she does so many things. So Move I'm Gay was a internet meme. And you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Instagram. You can find it on TikTok from a few years ago of some very flamboyant, allegedly homosexual man walking into a copy room at an office and saying, move, I'm gay, get out of my way. So
it's hilarious.
That's where this came from. But this was actually a fundraiser that Yvette had done. And so I'm sporting the Move I'm Gay hat and Move I'm Gay t-shirt because, yes, as we all are familiar, and I've been with my husband for 14 years now. We just celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary. So yeah, but it's funny because there's a lot of LGBTQIA plus or Alphabet Mafia who are huge fans of Netflix and Wednesday, specifically the Addams Family. Because
what's the tie-in?
The tie-in is that's such a different world specifically that's been created that there's ways to relate to the characters, even if it's not a one-for-one exchange, even if there's not queer specific, there is in the series, but if there's not queer specific representation, it's being able to see yourself as something different. Or, as I always say, the reason that you hear from me and people, and it could be going in the chat right now, but whatever, I talk about being queer or being gay because I could be that green-eyed monster that you don't know. And so if you don't see me and you don't hear me and you don't get to know about me and my life, you're just going to have whatever the media has represented or certain interest groups have represented. And so being here and being a representative is kind of one of those things. And a lot of the cast members, specifically from Wednesday on Netflix, are huge supporters of the Alphabet Mafia. And some of them may or may not identify as members of the Alphabet Mafia and may be out or may not be out. And it's none of my business, none of our business. But because it is such a loved franchise with the Addams Family, period, to begin with, but then this whole new iteration with youth, and you were following the story. If you're not familiar, if you did not watch season 1 of Wednesday on Netflix, it's about Wednesday Addams, so the daughter from the Addams Family, and it's about her going away to boarding school and what happens, and that's what's coming up next. So season 2 will be in 2 parts. First part comes out tomorrow with 4 episodes, and then the following second part comes out, I believe, in September. Yeah, sometime in September, the final 4 episodes will be coming for the series. So that's what it was. So it was really fun, and I always love bringing things because, as Mo always says, we have so much fun on this show. We really do. And with that, there's no better place here on KFI, on the radio, on the iHeartRadio app, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on all the socials, to really be able to express that and be able to share it with you. Plus, this is something fun that's in our, again, like I always talk about, in our own backyard, something delicious for you to try out. And one thing I did want to say about the Las Vegas segment that we had last hour, talking about that a little bit, is if you have followed along with me, and I talked about it last week, but Universal Horror Unleashed is opening next week in Las Vegas. And that is part of the new hoped re-emergence of not family-friendly activities, but this is at Area 15, which is across the freeway from the Strip, Las Vegas Boulevard. But it is a really unique offering. So 4 mazes will be there year-round, and there's an opportunity for them to change in and out. But it's an opportunity for you to go to Vegas and experience something new. So if you've not been to Area 15, it is... actually, that's a buddy of mine. That is, if you're following us on YouTube right now at Mr. Mo Kelly, you can actually get a little teaser. So they actually had a friends and family preview or a team member preview. So that's the building that you'll be seeing on the west side of the 15. You can literally see it driving up and down the 15 freeway. And I can't even imagine what lighting packages will be there at night, because if you've ever attended Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights here or at the Orlando Resort, it's like no other. Obviously, we have Scary Farm. You're going to hear about all these things here, and you'll get tired of the Halloween world because I'm going to bring them all to you. In fact, a lot of smaller things. In fact, I just may have something exciting coming up. One of the events may be using my voice as one of the hosts. So that's something to come. But that's one of those things that they're trying something new in Las Vegas to try to change things up. And one last thing before we go to break. I was in Disneyland, big shocker, yesterday, and I actually ran into Jon Favreau and Catherine Hahn.
What?
Not even kidding. So
did you ask them to come on the show?
I may have put in a few notes. I have video, and you can check that out at This Week of a Nick or Nick Poliokini on Instagram. But Jon Favreau signed on. He has been a huge proponent for Disney Plus. And so he has a brand new series that'll be coming out based on Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. I can give you more details about that. You can check out my Instagram to learn more. But I actually got to meet both Jon Favreau and Catherine Hahn, which is a really cool experience. And literally on Main Street, USA.
Agatha all along.
That's right. So, but yeah. And I got more things for you to do in and around the Southland coming up in just a little bit.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live on YouTube, especially, and everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. Let's continue with Nick Poliokini and find out what he's doing.
Well, we already covered all the fun and excitement that you've seen, and if you want to visit again, you can check it out at Nick Poliokini. This week I'm with Nick on Instagram. Also YouTube when we publish the podcast, and then the podcast on your chosen platform. But let's talk about more what's going on in our own backyard, especially because most schools are getting ready to go back in the next couple of weeks. So you may be looking for some last minute activities. I was originally supposed to visit the Orange County Fair a couple of Wednesdays ago. I'll actually be there tomorrow. So follow along with the fun and excitement and food and 15-minute foodie and all that on socials. And I'll have no, I did not buy the diapers. If you know, you know, but I do have them in my cart. So, that could be something for a future, fashion show or whatever. But handful of things that I've already talked about are still going on, believe it or not, all the way through until this coming weekend. So the Lexus US Open of Surfing in Huntington Beach is still underway. You've still got an opportunity to check out Pageant of the Masters and Festival of the Arts in Laguna Beach, as well as the Laguna Art Affair. So they are separate events, but you can check them out. If you've not been to the Pageant of the Masters, it's absolutely incredible, where you take live people and put them into two-dimensional or sometimes three-dimensional statues. Yeah, it depends on the statues or whatever. And what's kind of cool...
Where art comes to life.
That is correct. Look at you with a tagline and everything.
I've been there.
I know you have. Times. And the sister station of KFI, Coast 103.5, is also the home on the radio for all things Pageant of the Masters and Festival of the Arts. But that's something worth checking out. If you're looking for something maybe to get out of town for, you've got Tiki Oasis coming up in San Diego at the Town and Country Resort, which is really fun. It's the world's original and largest tiki cultural event and features music, parties, and a free art show. If you're not familiar with the Town and Country Resort, it's on what's called Hotel Circle off the 8 freeway in San Diego. And that's pretty much where all the hotels, you can figure it out from the name, Hotel Circle is based. But if you're checking it out on Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube, getting a little preview of what's going down at the resort. It's a beautiful place anyway, and the weather's going to be a little warm this weekend, but it's a great opportunity for you to get out. Also, if you happen to be heading down to San Diego, you've got the All Industry Cruise. It's an 80s, 90s, and Y2K themed cruise party from Hornblower that will be happening in San Diego. And also, you've got the Chula Vista Lemon Festival, which is coming up not this weekend, but next week. And then also you've got Del Mar races going on all week long into the weekend. If you're not familiar with the Del Mar racetrack, that's where you can catch the San Diego County Fair, but it's also right on the water. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really beautiful for you to check out.
Yeah.
Also in San Clemente coming up this weekend. So back to Orange County, you've got the 70th Fiesta Music Festival, day-long music festival with a dozen acts, 3 stages, food, family activities, you name it. And then also, if you've not done it before, the Rose Bowl Flea Market is in Pasadena this weekend, and it comes once a month. It's a great opportunity for you to get some really cool things. If you're a collector for maybe vintage things or maybe Disney or any of those, it's a really fun place to check out. And then also, if you were interested in heading out of town, they've got the Big Bear Lake concert series happening up in Big Bear at the Village, which is really nice, especially because the weather will be cooler up there.
Sounds like great fun.
Thank you. This has been great fun.
It's been a great evening.
It has been absolutely incredible and always a true pleasure to be a part of Later with Mo Kelly here on KFI.
Some of it was unintentional and a train wreck, but not all of it.
It was, and if you have seen me on certain and some unusual poses and sweating as I'm running around the studio and making sure that we're well taken care of, but it's so much fun to have this experience where you can actually see what's going on behind the scenes, and it's exclusive here to Later with Mo Kelly on KFI.
Oh, there was some other funny things, and Mark was doing the news, and tried to go to traffic. There was no traffic, and then there was no Stefan to get beyond traffic. It was just a comedy of errors.
Yeah, but we love it.
We're all amateurs here. We don't know what we're doing,
but we still have a good time doing it.
No, we do.
Indeed.
We do.
It's even better than AI.
Oh,
would you like to talk about AI next when we come back, Mark?
Not particularly.
What would you like to talk about, Mark?
I don't care.
Do you want some more nuggies?
Yeah, I'll just be quiet and eat back here.
There's more nuggies? There's more nuggies. Yes, Stefan. You can come in. There's nuggies and fries. Nuggies? Yeah. Well, there were.
I don't know about that.
You can. There's still some of the Fuego sandwich left. Wow. All right.
The beggar is a chooser.
Right? Exactly.
AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube. And let me just say, shout out to Daniel, our video technical director, for a great job with our YouTube show. If you haven't checked it out, go to YouTube. You can do it on your smart TV. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your desktop. And then you can look up at Mr. Mo Kelly, the handle MrMokelly. Then I suggest you subscribe, because when you come back, and you will come back, it'll be very easy to find the show. Like and share. In other words, you can tell a friend, share it on social media, and you can be part of this growing community. It's growing by leaps and bounds every single week, but it's due to you. In other words, when you sign up, you subscribe, you like, and you share. That's how you make it grow.
Oh, and Mo, we're about to be live on Zoom, because you know how we have lots of folks who we want to have on the show, but maybe they're not on the West Coast. And Jackie Ray, who's in Long Beach, we can have join. We're trying to get stuff on Zoom. Daniel is supposed to be doing a live Zoom test.
Hey, stand behind Tuala. Yeah, there we go. Then the camera will follow. Nick. Look. There we go.
There he is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, that was an unincorporated voice. Look, I just wanted it to be known that Daniel is supposed to be doing a Zoom test. I don't know where we're at with the Zoom. Daniel.
Hey, there he is.
There's Daniel.
Wait, are you on Zoom right now?
No.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. So you're on Zoom. We just can't hear you.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we're still working it out.
So, yeah,
we're still working it out.
So we're working out.
This is a show in progress.
So what you're seeing is Daniel testing out the Zoom, but that camera looks good. So we can get someone like that. That'll be awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that does look really good.
They can join the show anywhere at any time.
Yes.
Yeah. Won't be Eddie Murphy, though. Anyhow, that was not a shot fired. That was just a statement of fact.
Still waiting?
No. They had every opportunity to come on. I guess they don't want to come on.
Oh.
I'm not bitter. I'm not. Anyhow. Mark Runner, this is specifically for you. We talk about AI, we talk about robotics and the convergence of them, how they will be erasing jobs, and it's happening in real time. This is not abstract. This is not hypothetical. This is real, and it's happening right now. Here's another example. Sean Ilton, he's the senior director of turf and grounds for the LA Galaxy and Dignity Health Sports Park. He had 26 full-size practice fields, 2 game fields, and a warm-up pitch, as in like soccer pitch, to line ahead of last winter's Coachella Valley soccer tournament. He had fewer than 5 days to do it. So what he did, he bypassed the human element and gave the job to a couple of robots, just 2, who were able to square out and paint each field in about 1/4 the time that humans would have taken. And it cost a hell of a lot less, that's for sure. Without the robots, according to the LA Times, the largest preseason professional soccer event in the country would have been a lot smaller in scope. But thanks to the robots and the AI, they got the job done in 1/4 of the time.
Ooh, high fives.
I didn't say that you were going to like it. I didn't say that you're going to approve of it. I'm just giving you an example of the efficacy and the place that it's going to have as far as doing jobs in society that humans either can't do, won't do, or it's unaffordable to have humans to do.
They're going to make it replace everybody they possibly can and then realize a little at a time, just like those Doge fools, that they messed it up, that it's not what anybody wants. It only works some of the time, and the rest of the time it's a huge disaster whose main purpose is just to make money for a really small number of people, no matter how much it screws everybody else.
The problem with your analogy, since you mentioned Doge, I'm going to use that as an example. Doge was an outside entity making wholesale cuts with absolutely no mind or knowledge of the intricacies of the businesses or agencies in which it was making cuts.
They had no idea what they were doing.
Correct. But when you have someone who is actually in the company, or in this case, you have someone who is responsible for making the decision to paint the lines and knows exactly what he needs to get the job done, and he makes an informed decision about how he can do it for less or do it quicker or do it better, then that's something completely different. It's not one size fits all.
Do you think all the decisions are informed decisions, or Mo, do you think it's just being applied everywhere it possibly can be and will sort out the damage later?
Well, it's varying levels. You know, I'm quite sure in media, including radio and television, the higher ups are actively considering ways in which they can replace us and be able to do our jobs for less money or no money. We work in radio, and a lot of it has to do with syndication. A lot of people lose jobs when there's syndication.
Well, that's been going on for decades, but I think the people way up have done enough marketing research to know that listeners don't want to listen to an AI. They want to listen to a human being that they have a connection with.
And I agree. The technology is not quite there yet. It still sounds very cold and clinical and cannot do what humans do at this point. But if we revisit this conversation in 3 or 4 years, we may be having a different conversation, because slowly but surely they are creeping into various media jobs. They are news announcers in some markets. There are places where they're using AI instead of actual DJs for music. Real people have lent their voices to be used for AI creations of their DJ persona.
Yeah, nobody wants it. There's a limited subset of areas where it's efficient and it helps, but the rest is just garbage. It's slop, and it's going to be rejected wholesale by people. People do not want to listen, watch, or read any of that stuff.
I believe that it's like junk food. In other words, it may not be healthy for you, but there is a market and place for it, and people will purchase it if they believe that it's less expensive than, let's say, a 5-star restaurant.
Do you find yourself, Mo, thinking that you'd be really at home in Vichy, France during World War II?
No.
No? Not at all?
No.
Okay. All right. There are just some things about
I wouldn't have felt at home in America in World War II.
Ah, I see. Okay. All right. Well,
we couldn't even drink out of the same water fountain.
Well, I think we're talking about 2 different things here.
Well, I'm just saying. But
you're welcoming our robot overlords in the same way I imagine the French pretty much folded for the Nazis.
I don't know if it's quite nefarious in that way.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we'll see when they replace both of us.
Yes, but the difference is
I'm coming to live with you, by the way.
you won't even come to my house for a damn party.
I will program it into Waze, and I'll find your house.
You know, Waze uses AI.
Oh, no. What will we do?
You're such a hypocrite. I hate AI until I have to use it.
Like I said, there's a subset of things where it's useful and doesn't destroy everybody. Maybe that's one of them. We might find out later that Waze gives you cancer. I don't know. Get off my back, man.
Go eat some nuggies.
I tried.
Here we go. I teased that my final thought would have to do with the moon. Well, here we go. And you may enjoy this, Mark, because there's a little bit of a sci-fi crossover.
I like how you write these things specifically with me in mind.
I do. I think about you all the time. NASA aims to beat China and Russia in a race to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. It's not exactly the space race of the 60s, but in the way it's being framed, that's what NASA would have us believe. In a way, it's like life imitating art. In the sci-fi show Space 1999 with Martin Landau, it tells the story of a moon base where a nuclear bomb detonates and pushes the whole last moon out of orbit into deep space. It's a great theme song. If I have time, I'll play it later. But I digress. You remember that show, Mark?
Very well. It's a Jerry Anderson and Sylvia Anderson show.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a continuation of UFO.
That is true. Look at you with your cinephile self. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, who is also serving as NASA's acting administrator and formerly part of The Real World on MTV and wholly unqualified for the job as NASA administrator, warned us today that China and Russia are both aiming to deploy a nuclear reactor of their own by the mid-2030s. And it's pronounced nuclear, not nuclear. Just want to throw that out there. Anyhow, this is a real estate deal by a different name. He who builds their nuclear reactor first gets to claim a sizable portion of moon land around it as a quote-unquote keep-out zone. It's a type of planting the flag in a Dr. Evil sort of way. You remember Dr. Evil? You remember what he did on the moon? Oh, you don't? Well, listen to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin phase 2 of our evil project. Or is it phase 3? I don't know phases. Anyways, this is the phase in which we put a giant laser on the moon. As you know, the moon rotates around the Earth like so. When the moon reaches its appropriate lunar alignment, it will destroy Washington, D.C. You see, I've turned the moon into what I like to call a Death Star. What?
Ah, nothing, Darth.
What did you call me?
No, nothing.
Rip off! Bless you. Anyways, the key to this plan is the giant laser. It was invented by the noted Cambridge physicist, Dr. Parsons. Therefore, we shall call it the Alan Parsons Project.
That never gets old. But according to Sean Duffy, NASA should be ready to launch a small, air quotes, nuclear power plant, a mini 3-mile island to the moon by late 2029 or 2030. The specs are that the reactor should be able to generate 100 kilowatts of electricity at a minimum. In layman's terms, such output could power about 80 homes. No, I don't think we're about to build Trump Tower Luna, but that's just a power reference point. On one hand, I get the national need to beat or at least keep pace with the other superpowers as it relates to colonizing the moon. But what I don't get, and the point of this final thought tonight is, why aren't we as determined to beat at least China right here on Earth? Especially when it comes to infrastructure and technology. China's bullet train network, one of the most extensive in the world, features high-speed rail lines connecting major cities and regions across the country. And it's a big-ass country. America's bullet train network, well, it doesn't exist. Not one train, not one car, not one station, not one track. And that's saying nothing of our present crumbling infrastructure. And for all the supposed outrage over the train derailment in East Palestine, remember that? Ohio, 2023? Or the outdated national airspace system used by air traffic controllers. Remember that? Planes falling out of the sky. There's no push to beat China there or even have us enter into the same century. Russia's Russia. Their economy is not even as big as California. They're not our direct competitor in that sense. But China, they're kicking our ass in every way. So the moon, I get it in theory, but at the continued expense and detriment of our own technological infrastructure, no, I don't get that. I remember being told growing up, if you want to know what's important to you or anyone else, watch how and where someone spends their money. China, no doubt, is a dictatorship with a blended economic system. People are not free, but the country does spend money on its infrastructure. We spend more and more money on defense and virtually nothing else. We've cut Medicaid. We've cut education. We've cut cancer research. And just today, RFK Jr. announced a cut of $500 million to vaccine research. Our priorities are clear. But sure, put a nuclear reactor on the moon, one giant leap backward for mankind. And speaking of drastic cuts, the Trump administration just proposed slashing NASA's budget by 25% just 3 months ago in May. And that's going to happen. I kid you not. How any of this is supposed to happen on 3/4 budget and no Senate-confirmed administrator is baffling on its best day. But I guess it makes for a good soundbite and press release. I would offer this as I close. That America being first with the nuclear reactor on the moon is not to be confused with America first. If we're not taking care of America right here in America, well, we will undoubtedly finish last. Oh, and yeah, shout out to Space 1999.